What's up, guys? Victor Muncevice with Line 6. Today we're hanging out at Sam Ash to go over the Firehawk Remote editing app. So, the app itself, Firehawk Remote, is a free download available on both iOS and Android devices, and it allows you to connect and control your Firehawk 1500 amplifier or your Firehawk FX floorboard unit remotely. So, we're wirelessly connected through Bluetooth, and as you can see, Firehawk Remote is a super visual graphic-based editing system. All of my editing is done by dragging my finger across the screen of my smart device, and I can also swap models in and out, which gives me a virtual guitar store worth of amps and effects that I can bring into my signal chain and edit as I see necessary. Once I've got all of my effects and amplifiers and cabinets and mics all scoped out and set up the way I like them, I can save those sounds either to my device, I can save them directly to my hardware, or I can store them on Line 6's Tone Cloud. What's cool about this is it gives us an entire community-based cloud full of other people's tones. So anything I create, I can share with the rest of the world. If I'm looking for a specific tone or I don't quite know how to set up a certain chain of effects, I can search that and pull from over 90,000 tones already made and user rated. So on the app itself, you can see we have visually represented our signal chain here at the top, starting with our input gate, all of our different effects, our amplifiers, reverbs, compression, EQ, and finally our output. Any of these stopbox style effects can be reordered, replaced, so we can change how they're interacting with each other. They can also be assigned to foot switch control if I happen to be using Line 6's FBV3. So I simply touch an effect, press down here on the bottom of the screen, and reassign to a different pedal. And in real time, it's happening, it's changing, and all the color coding is shifting around on the pedal itself, so we can see at a glance all the changes I've made. So as far as controlling this stuff in real time, let's take a look at how we might set up an effect here. So I'll press the icon on the right-hand side of the screen, my little delay icon, and that'll bring up different types of delays. If I wanted it to be a different type of effect, I can press type on the left-hand side of the screen, choose different categories, but we're going to stick with delay, and I'm going to choose an analog type delay, and I'll hit done, and that'll load the effect in. And now I've got this power icon over here that I want to hit just to make sure that the effect is on. I can hear it, see what's happening with all my changes. So again, I drag my finger across the screen to change all the parameters. As you can see, it's happening in real time. I get the whole time warp thing sort of happening, right? Now, if I want to change where that effect is sitting in my signal chain, I just touch the icon on the top of the screen and drag it either before or after my amp, or before or after other effect blocks. And if I want to assign control to it, right now it's showing me that that delay is tied to foot switch 3 on my floorboard. I simply tap another foot switch, and just like that, it's assigned there. So super easy to set up control and editing just by dragging your finger across your smart device. So as far as using multiple effects at the same time, we have 3 blocks that are completely assignable. So they can be any type of effect you'd like. Any filter, any gain-based type effect, compression, overdrive, fuzz faces, any modulation or any type of delay. We can choose where they sit in our signal chain by dragging them around up here on the top part of the screen. We also have a reverb, an EQ, and a compression. That sort of sits static, but it's just more effects at one time. If that's not enough effects for you, we also have a stereo effects loop, so you can bring in external stomp boxes and add them in the signal chain, assign them to a foot switch, and bring them in and out of your system. Then on our floorboard control, we also have expression pedal, which gives us access to volume type effects and wah pedals and whammy pedals. So to sum things up, the Firehawk Remote app is optional. You don't need it to run your Firehawk 1500 amplifier or Firehawk FX floorboard, but it does offer an additional level of deep dive and controllability when you're setting up your effects and tones. Makes things a lot easier, and it's free, so why not use it? So thank you guys for watching, and be sure to check out the Firehawk FX and Firehawk 1500 at Sam Ash.